concentration of E? Is it dark? The sea horizon is partially broken down or eroded parent material, which is the R horizon, which is what we call the regolith. Regolith is rock, unweathered parent material. So when we talk about soil, there are only 3 real horizons, well 4, that make up soil. The O, A, E, and B are soil. Okay? The regolith layer, okay, includes the sea horizon, and then your bedrock is just your unweathered parent material, the solid rock substrate underneath your feet. Okay? So I just kind of covered all that in a nutshell, because that's all that. Okay. Soil profiles based on habitat. Now you might not be able to read this, but you can see the types and the amount of vegetation sitting on top of each profile. So what biome is that? What biome is this?
Desert.
Good. This one? Tropical rainforest. This one? It's a grassland. This one?
Coniferous forest.
Coniferous forest, and this one? Okay, deciduous. So we know what they all are. Now let's look at the profile. Let's look at the various horizons. Look at the desert. It only has 3 horizons. It's got a little bit A, hardly any topsoil, huge subsoil, lots of B, okay? And then it's got a little bit of C. That's it. And it's obviously got the R. Everything's got the R layer. Everything's got the bedrock. Look at the rainforest. It's got a leaf litter layer now because there are
Trees.
trees, and there's leaves, yes. If you have leaves and you have trees, you will have a leaf litter layer. You will have an O horizon. Notice that. The 3 that have trees all have O. No trees, no O. For the most part. Okay? Look at the A horizon. Very thin, nutrient-rich topsoil layer. Would you expect that? Why would we expect a very thin A layer? Where are all the nutrients stored in the rainforest?
The trees.
In the organisms, in the trees, in the plants and animals. So therefore, we're not going to have a lot of topsoil. Okay? We do have a large subsoil, and then obviously we've got rock material. Look at your deciduous. A little bit of O. We have a little bit of A. We also now have the E layer. We have the zone of elevation. So stuff is being leached out or draining out from that O and that A layer. That's not a good thing. All the organisms live in the O and the A horizon. Well, if there's no nutrients because they're all leaching out, what are they going to have?
There's not going to be any organisms.
Nothing. Okay, so you really don't want to have that E layer, but it is common, unfortunately. Okay, then you get your coniferous. Is there a topsoil layer? Is there an A horizon in the coniferous forest? No. Okay, there is an O layer, there is an E layer, but there really is not a lot of topsoil, if any, for the most part, none, in the coniferous forest. And then look at grassland. Holy Moses, what's going on in the grassland?
All topsoil.
It's all topsoil. Now think about it. What do we use our grasslands for here in the United States? Farming and agriculture, and that's exactly why. Look how much nutrient-rich topsoil there is. It's insane. Do you want to do farming in the coniferous forest?
No.
No topsoil. Desert?
No topsoil.
Can we do it in the desert? Can we do farming in the desert?
Could. Maybe.
Technically, yes, but it's not great, okay? Can't really do any farming in the rainforest until we
Clear the rainforest.
clear the rainforest, okay? We do a lot of farming in the deciduous forest, but again, we've got to clear the land, okay? So the grasslands, there really isn't any land to clear. Might as well use it for agriculture, and that's exactly what we do. Okay, we're going to get all that tomorrow, but we're going to do this guy first. Okay, soil triangles, get it out. Okay, this will show up, it's a puzzle. If you like puzzles, this is going to be your bread and butter, your cup of tea, or whatever. This is going to be essentially your quiz on Wednesday. So focus, put your phones down, like work your something.
Are the colors
Okay.
important?
You do not have to color it. No. Yours is not colored. No, you do not have to color it. Okay, so there are some very important things about this. Obviously, 3 sides to a triangle. That's important because there are 3 particles that make up soil. And I will always say them in the same order. And there's a method to the madness. I will always say it sand, silt, clay. I will always give you those numbers in that order. Sand, silt, clay. Say it.
Sand, silt,
Say
clay.
it. Why do I say it in that order? Jackson. It's significant. Not order of what? I couldn't hear what you said. Not necessarily elevation, but it is in order of size. How? Now, don't think about its size compared to you. You're going to have to go into the insect and bug level.
Grain size?
Correct. A grain of sand is actually
That's bigger than.
huge. So let's say a grain of sand is a boulder. I'm talking massive boulder. Okay, a grain of clay is the size of a golf ball. Clay particles are minuscule. The smallest particle is clay. So I give it to you and I say it from size, from largest to smallest. And we'll go into those particle details tomorrow. So sand, silt, clay. And how you read this triangle, notice the arrows. Sand, you start at the bottom. Notice it goes from 0 to 100. Okay? And the arrow points up and to the left. So therefore, that's how you read it, is up and to the left, along that line. Silt, down and to the left. And clay is straight across. So your example is 75, 10, 15. We all see that on your paper?
The arrows are not in the right
They should be.
for our paper. It's just like
Oh, it's the same thing. No, well, it's different. So this is showing you from 0 to 100, 0 to 100, and 0 to 100. It's going in the diagram. So if you want to add those other arrows, that's fine.
okay.
But this is just showing you in the scale of things. What do you notice about my 3 numbers? Rule number 2. You need to know this rule for Wednesday.
They all add up to 100.
They add up to 100. So if I only give you 2 out of the 3, can you figure out the third one?
Should be.
You should be able to. People struggle with it every year, but yes. And no, you're not getting a calculator on the quiz on Wednesday. Suck it up. If you can't figure out a third number between 1 and 100, 0 and 100, we have a problem. Okay, and here's how you read it. Now you guys at home, I don't know what you're going to do. Hang tight. See if I can figure this out. Camera. Hold on, let me change my camera around. Where am I? Zoom here. I don't even know. In slideshow, stop share, camera. I want to stop video. Damn it. Video. What can y'all see? My head. Whatever. Cannot start video, failed to start the camera. Wait. Oh, there we go. Alright, y'all can kind of see that, bear with me. Okay. So the first one is 75. We know that's which soil particle? We know that's sand. I gave it to you first. So 75 we know is between 70 and 80 halfway through. Now I'm going to write all over this. You can choose to write on yours, or you can mentally note where this line is. So 75 is the middle between 70 and 80. So right along that line, notice that's the direction of that arrow. 10. Well, that's easy. That's right on the line. Silt, 10. Down this one line, right there. And then clay is 15. Between 10 and 20, and looky-loo, they meet up beautifully right there. So where those 3 lines meet up tells you what type of soil texture we have. So the soil texture of 75, 10, 15 is what? Sandy loam. I'm going to tell you what loam is tomorrow. We're just learning the triangle today. That's all you are doing on this quiz on Wednesday. Is I'm giving you 10 number alignments. Some are going to be blank. Okay? You've got to figure out the third number and then figure out the texture. It is on Canvas, so bring a computer, an iPad, use your phone on Wednesday in here. You will get the pyramid. You will get the triangle. Okay? You'll actually be able to get this exact sheet out and use this triangle for the most part. I'll just have to make sure you don't have any cheats on it, but it's not going to matter. No. Just this front page is due tonight. The chart and everything on the back tomorrow is notes we're doing tomorrow. I'm going to go over what a loam is. Okay, the other thing. Look at this triangle really quick. Does something stand out?
A lot of clay.
A clay. Okay, we've all heard the phrase a little bit goes a long way, right? Everything in moderation. That applies to this triangle. Clay is a bully. Clay, just a little bit of clay can completely change the soil texture. So here, we had 15% clay. Okay, don't change the 15, but it's going to act like 30%. So it's going to start to take over. So what do you notice? At what point will clay take over the texture? Nope.
70%?
Well, 60, 100% yes. But at what point, depending on the spectrum of the other two, will clay take over? At 40%. Anything where clay is over 40%, you better be ready for it to be a clay texture. Now, yes, if clay is automatically over 52%, it's clay. Definitely over 60, okay? Because clay will take over. We'll talk about that as to why. Because there's something about clay that just makes it a pain in the butt. Yes, ma'am.
Can we do one more example for
Of course I can. Give me another one.
The second one. B.
I don't know what that is.
Or sorry, A. It's 42, 21, 37. I believe.
Okay, so 42. 42 is going to be kind of right here, right? Up and that way. Then 21. Here, 42.
Don't you really only need to find two of them?
Correct. We do the third because people have screwed it up by only doing two. Yes, do the third. 21, kind of right here. And then to double check, 37. Somewhere around that line. Yeah, so 37. Clay loam. That is the quiz on Wednesday. Puzzles. It's all about puzzles. Parker's going to be full of dad jokes this year. Okay? That is the quiz. You're going to get a triangle. You're going to get 10 different triplets of numbers. Maybe one's going to be blank. So you're going to have to find the missing number and the matching texture. And that's the quiz on Wednesday. Phone's going to ring. You guys will be good.
Clay loom.
Oh, that's not fun.
How? Did you get so close?
Because that's what my wife wanted to do.
We're only doing the five.